After you say action, is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Action.
What's up, punkers? My name's Dantichrist, and I run In Your Backyard on Instagram. And I'm 25 years old, and welcome to Durham, NC. Basically, In Your Backyard is a page for the local music scene, promoting everyone from indie rock bands around Durham to thrash metal out of Boone to noise out of weird places in Raleigh to all types of various alternative indie rock and alt-rock, punk adjacent genres. My hope with the page is that more people check out more bands, that bands get bigger based off, people showing up to shows. Part of it's just networking, getting people to connect with each other with similar interests and starting other projects. Some is just giving back to them. I've been like, hey, you guys rock, you guys, But, the future of Backyard, hopefully down the road, is to have basically In Your Backyard for every state. Do it In Your Backyard Virginia, have In Your Backyard Vermont, Wyoming. I guess kind of started to more of a major thing, but that takes time and, find the right guys for the right spot. Because I can't be everywhere, despite the fact that I have this crazy nickname that people call me. That's a whole different thing too, as it is. Backyard's becoming a weird motivational boost as far as I can do stuff. For the longest time, I was forever struggling with trying to find my point in the whole music thing.
I guess we can book it.
To a shoot.
Right,
I get hit by a car in the last footage. It's just you don't like the last singer of Power Trip's last interview because he died last year. And I was listening to this day and he's has his family in it, and I'm like, oh no. This is so sad, but so good of an interview. Dude's awesome, but that's a tangent. I didn't really know how to finish. I'm not really a bass player. I'm not really, a lead singer guy. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And then the page, I got involved being a roadie with student health, and then next thing I know, I'm going to their shows all the time. And then my buddy Theo was also going to shows with me all the time. And next thing I know, we're both doing shows. And I started the Backyard page, and that became my source of oh, this is my part. I can help out that way.
And action.
So, a lot of Backyard's origins consist of this place known as the Pinnock. Without the Pinnock, there wouldn't be a Backyard. Basically, Backyard was a response to a show that happened here about 2 years ago now. Student Health, which was a band out of Durham, played their first EP show, and the show went really well. And then some friends of mine afterwards were like, man, that was really cool. Why isn't no one really promoting local stuff? Why is there no one doing that? There should be someone doing that. And I looked at my friends at the time, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to start it. And they were like, you're crazy. That's a lot of work, but go for it. So about a couple days later, I came up with the name of In Your Backyard and started the page. And it's been going ever since then. So sometimes you just need to mentally go, all right, relax. And as cheesy as that sounds, it kind of helps now a little bit.
Yeah.
Just doing some stuff today, actually. But yeah, for the longest time I was wrote on my arm. During show, it would be on my arm during the show, just right there, kind of smeared because of sweat and moshing. I actually had a conversation with some kids recently about this. I was asking about hardcore punk and why they like punk rock and stuff like that. And a lot of it was these issues they were doing internally, and it was just yeah, it's just how I get to express it. I can punch a guy, or a buddy of mine was telling me how the first time we went to a metal show. I guess she was actually in Durham. And he was saying how he had all this kind of aggression, and then he went to the show and was just this is cool, I can take this out respectively, obviously, and have fun, get it out of the system, be all right, I'm good now for a while, and then go back to whatever he was doing. It's fascinating what you do. There's days I've done shows where I've been in the mosh pit and just pushed the guy, and actually I hate the guy just because that's what you do, and you do that. Did that recently actually at a show. It's me just moshing my little heart out, and so I don't know, it helps. So Dantichrist Saves is, it started off as a joke. It was a parody of those Jesus Saves poster board stickers you'll see everywhere around small towns in NC. And then after a while, Dantichrist Saves started to become this almost catchphrase to where as far as what the catchphrase means, I wasn't sure at first. I wasn't really sure what Dantichrist Saves mean, but as I've gotten more involved with people's lives and helping out with various projects and stuff, it's almost become this weird this is what I do. I don't know, I like helping people a lot. One day I was on Instagram, this is prior to really being involved with music scenes, and I just put it on my Instagram. It was all right, Dantichrist, and my parents were I don't know about this, and And, I was going to eventually, like, change it until I started involved with the music scene, and bands would start talking about, oh, there's this guy with this name, and then, like, I would have kids come up to me my buddies would, like, introduce me to their parents, like, yeah, Mom, that's the Dantichrist, and then, like, the backyard page started. I still would use it, obviously here and there, and along the way, you had things like, I jokingly one time said Dantichrist saves, and people started using that as a hashtag, and the next thing I know, that's being used on pages. There's been situations where people have had, like, hey, I'm having something like going on, I need help, and so, like, I'll help them out, and then the next thing I know, they're using the hashtag randomly, or, like, people think it's really funny, and so they'll, like, throw it on, like, pictures of their grandma. Like, they'll be like, yeah, picture of grandma, then below it's like, Antichrist saves, and you're like, all right, that's funny. Bands will use it just to, like, hype a show up, like, oh, they know me. Dantichrist at this point is now this, like, heightened persona of myself, and sometimes it's just me, it's a way to, like, hype myself up to be like, yeah, I can do this, it's like a confidence boost thing. I don't know, it's just like a weird phenomenon, I guess, in the local music scene, that if you know the phrase, or you know me, or you've heard of me, it's because probably it's the hashtag, or a show, or something of that nature. I mean, I guess Dantichrist Saves is based off kind of my moral code, really, which a lot of my, like, basis for things is to be yourself and hype people up and help people out, That's kind of what I want to do. I just want to help people, and that's what I guess the hashtag's about. So, Dantichrist Saves.